And welcome to the Founders Log podcast for August 2023, last month.
Yes.
Well, you were on holiday for most of it, Kyle.
That's right. Yep. I was in Mallorca for pretty much most of it. Yeah.
And luckily, the old curse didn't strike. It remained pretty quiet while you were away this time.
Yeah. I don't think it was unreasonable, was it?
No, it was all right. It was okay, to be fair. We did have a good start to the month anyway in August, in that we welcomed on board a global PR agency based in London.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
They'd been let down by their previous IT provider who, as usual, wasn't a Google Workspace. They used Google Workspace, and this provider wasn't a Google Workspace partner. Didn't really know what it was doing. We've seen now that we've gone in and had a look at all the settings.
Oh, yeah.
They they didn't really know what they're doing, and it did accumulate in them having a Russian-based state cyber attack take place on them. I'm not going to name the name of the PR company, but they're involved with PR that might upset the Russians in that case, and it did upset them. And because their IT company wasn't doing a good enough job, they actually got attacked.
Yeah, they clearly didn't know what they were doing.
So they partnered with us last month. Great team. Really enjoyed chatting to them, doing stuff with them.
Yeah.
And now, naturally, they got significantly better security and setup because they're using Google Workspace by Kimbley IT. As we are a Google accredited partner, we know what we're doing.
Indeed, we do. Yes.
So it's all nice and good. But that was pretty much the highlight for that month. There was one other thing that popped up. I had a bit of fun and games with a marketing agency for one of our clients, in that they wanted some settings changed.
Yeah.
But they didn't actually know the settings that needed to be changed.
No.
And then they admitted they didn't actually know what they were talking about. And I had to go in and sort it out. So I had to do a bit of marketing in my bag of skills. I brought out the marketing skills to go in there and sort that out and help them out. It was setting up a mailing list so that it wouldn't harm or cause any problems with spam and stuff like that. The marketing agency was our client was very disappointed with that marketing agency and the way they handled it, because they're meant to know that stuff, but they clearly didn't know any of it.
It's rare that they do, isn't it?
Them and web developers. Don't ask them about DNS. They haven't got a clue about DNS, which is the settings.
I think sometimes they haven't got a clue about web development, James, to be honest.
Yeah, well, for anyone listening who doesn't know what DNS is the settings, domain name settings that work behind your domain name. So Kimbley.com, that has a DNS there that tells it where emails should go, how to handle emails that might be spam, how to get to the website, all that kind of stuff. That's where all those settings are hidden. And it's surprising how many web developers and marketing agencies that offer these web-based services don't actually understand the underlying ways that these systems work.
Yeah, because they don't have to work with actual computer networks and making computers talk to each other. And if you do, then you'll understand DNS a bit better. Yeah,
I get stumped though with web developers and marketing agencies who are doing mailing this software and stuff like that, not understanding DNS, because it's like, have you never deployed it before? You must know that. It's like the key, especially for a web designer. Without knowing DNS, you can't actually get a website live. And I just find that amazing that they don't understand this, because I know that the stuff we do, I know every minute detail about it and how it works, and know exactly where to go there. And these people who run businesses advertising these services don't understand the underlying controls that are needed to be put in place.
No, indeed.
It took me over a day. That's why I'm on a bit of a rant. It took me over a day to sort it out, because they wouldn't reply initially, and they kept denying that they kept pretending they knew what they were talking about.
Yeah.
So they admitted they didn't. But anyway, apart from that, it was quiet because you were on holiday, and I think a lot of our subscriber base was on holiday too, because we only got contacted 109 times, which was a 17.4% decrease on the previous month.
Yeah, August, I think, is perhaps the quietest year. It used to be December, people said, but I think August now, with the school holidays, is generally the quietest.
Yeah, I've always found December quite good, especially for new leads and stuff like that in December. Historically, I've found that, because I suspect it's business owners get a break over the Christmas holidays, and they're not happy with their IT. They get a chance to have a bit of a Google and find someone else to replace them with.
That's a good point. Yeah.
New videos, because it was just me pretty much last month. Only one new video went live, and that was actually an update to how to register your existing email address as a Google account. It's a question we get often asked a lot. I only asked a few days ago, actually. So one of our clients has a Google Chat, and they want to create a chat space to allow external people in. Of course, to access Google Chat, you need to have a Google account. So a lot of people erroneously think that they need to have a Gmail account. If they sign up for Google, they're going to get a Gmail account that they need to use. But you don't have to do that. Just like when you sign up with Slack, you can use your existing email address to sign up with Slack and Zoom.
Yeah.
You can do the same with Google. There is a way of doing it, Google does hide it, hence the reason for the video. They try and push you towards getting a full-on Google Gmail account and all that kind of stuff. But there is a link there that you can click on to register your existing email address, and that allows you to log into Google Chat, Google Drive, and all that. You just can't use the Gmail service because you're not using a Gmail account, which is fine because you don't want to. But they constantly are redesigning the flow of that. It's basically an annual release now on this video. Every 6 to 12 months, they change the flow that you have to go through to sign up for a Google account, and change where the button is that you need to click to register your existing email address as a Google account. So it looks like I'm going to be regularly doing updates to this video because of the way it changes all the time.
Yep.
2 new blog posts went live. One was just the text-based version of how to register your existing email address. And then the other one was actually how to turn off notifications in Google Chrome. Yeah. As you know, if you ever go to a local news website, or even something like the Daily Mail or any news website, apart from the BBC, I think they pretty much all will pop up with allow notifications in your browser. So notifications is when a new story comes up, they can send a notification and it pops up in the bottom right-hand corner of your computer, or the top right-hand corner if you're on a Mac. Yeah. Trying to get you to go back to the website. And some notifications are handy, but there's a lot of websites that just abuse notifications and want to grab your attention. It's the same as a mobile phone app always wanting your attention, because if a local newspaper can get you on their website, they get some money for the ads that they've shown on that page. Yeah. So there's a temptation for them there to abuse it. And every so often we get a customer come through and go, I just keep getting these notifications from a website. I think it was based one user came through and they had it from the Sun newspaper. They were just constantly getting notifications from the Sun. So guided them through how to do it. And I thought, okay, probably worth doing a video on this, because they're not the only person who's been affected. And it's actually quite a popular video now on our YouTube channel. So I guess there's a lot of people searching for how to stop these damn notifications coming through that you don't want.
Yeah, they're the ones that get hijacked sometimes, and someone thinks they've got a virus, but actually that's all it is. It's just like a hijacked notification. And
Google Chrome and Edge, for some extent, don't make it very clear how to turn off the notifications. It's hidden behind the padlock icon in the top left. If you don't know it's there, you don't know how to disable the notifications. So that video shows that, and that blog post does, and those are the 2 blog posts that went live. So if we recap August's assistance and support statistics, so as I said earlier, we got only 109 people got in contact this time. That was a decrease of 17.4%. 94 of them were getting in touch, were requesting for assistance, how to do something better, and 15 were asking for support where something's not working as it should. Out of the subscribers sending a message for support, 12 received a response, returned to their work within 5 minutes, and 3 had a reply and returned to their work within 30 minutes. So pretty damn quick, considering most IT companies advertise an average response time of 30 minutes or so. And ours is generally under 5 minutes. It's generally under a couple of seconds, to be honest, how quickly we respond. Of those who sent a message asking for assistance, that's how they want to do something better, 75% received a response within 5 minutes and were now able to do something better than they could before. 15 had a response within 30 minutes. 3 took over an hour, as it was a bit more of a complex request and had some knock-on effects that needed to be understood before any changes could be made. And the one request that took over 1 day was the one that I mentioned earlier, with that marketing agency not knowing anything about technology but wanting technology changes to take place.
Yeah.
106 subscribers contacted us through our unique instant messaging service, which is always the quickest way to connect, and 3 decided to email in and have a bit of a more relaxed time. It's not as quick on an email. Yeah. They wanted to chill because it was August and they were on holiday. Okay. The stats show that I haven't updated that, so that's wrong. That's got the stats from last month. Oh. So if I quickly get up our thing, I might be able to pull that up and get the answer for it. So 7. So the stats show that 7 subscribers would have not needed to got in contact if their companies had had regular training sessions taking place. The previous month was 15, so it's gone down slightly this month.
Okay, cool, good.
And that's basically my roundup, our Founders Log roundup. Have you got anything you want to add to that, or are you good to go?
I was good to go, because most of it I wasn't around for.
Get back to fixing them printers. You'd be missing them.
Well, yeah, printers and moving applications, freeing up disk space on machines with no disk space. I'm on that now.
The one thing I've got quite good at now is, because you've been away, is I've relearned how to fix a printer after forgetting about how to do it for a few years. So there's a few printer requests that came in. There was one company where all their printer went down and all the computers had to be reconnected. So I had plenty of practice in finding the IP, sticking it in, and doing all that stuff with the ports.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I will swiftly forget that now because it's not something I'm interested in.
No, all right.
Anyway, thanks for listening, and we will be back next month with our September recap.
See you in September.